If you're over 50, I'm going to lay it on the line and explain to you exactly what you need to do to be strong after the age of 50. Now, welcome back to Coach's Corner. This is where I kind of answer questions from my subscribers. And recently I've been hearing the same thing. What is the one thing I can do to get stronger after 50? What is the one thing I should do? What are the main things? Give me the secret sauce, okay? Well, there isn't a secret sauce, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to break it down into 4 things, and you need to stick around because the 4th one is by far the most important. Now, if we haven't met yet, I'm Gavin. I co-own New Zealand's only fitness studio for people over the age of 40, and I personally train people every single day. I'm in the gym, hands-on, working with clients one-to-one, and I've worked with nearly over 1,000 people over the last 13 years, and I've racked up about 10,000 hours of personal training time on the floor, which, by the way, is a lot. And I have got many people over the age of 40, 50, 60, 70, really strong, all right? And they all start from beginners. I'm not a gym person. Or they started off, they were athletes back in their 20s and 30s, and now they're back into it in 50s and 60s, and they're trying to regain some of that strength. And it's the same questions. What do I need to do? Like, what is the thing? And what if I do if I'm tired? All those sorts of things, right? So let's just jump straight into it. Number 1, we need to talk about the effort. Now, there are some days you're going to be good, and there's some days you're not going to be good. And I want to talk to you about a concept called RPE, rate of perceived exertion. And it's about how you feel in the day in any one sort of circumstance. So let's just say, me personally, I love to train in the morning. And I can train a little bit harder in the morning than if I try in the evening. The effort feels the same, but I can lift heavier weights in the morning compared to the evening. But it doesn't matter, it's how I feel in the moment. And rate of perceived exertion, we want you to be around about 6 to 8 out of 10 for any given exercise. So let's just say you come into the gym today and you're going to do some goblet squats and you use a 20 kilo dumbbell and you do 15 reps and you do 3 great sets of 15 reps. But next week though, you didn't have much sleep, you may have had a bit of a cold and you're not feeling so great and you only do 17 and that still feels super hard. That's okay. It's just putting the effort into that. Your body and your muscles require require effort. So if you still put as much effort as you possibly can into that exercise, then the weight really doesn't matter too much. It's about how you feel. Because you think of it, over the course of time, all those massive efforts you put in across a year, 2 years, 3 years, all going to contribute to it. Okay, so you got to think about the rate of perceived exertion and how you feel in the day. This gives you an opportunity to sometimes not push so hard, to give yourself a little bit of a break, all right? So you've got to be consistent with the effort that you put into it. So number 2, you've got to follow a plan. Like, you can't just keep doing random workouts. And I have so many people that, or my YouTube subscribers, I sort of go through your programs and I see people program hopping. You've got to do something with a plan for your goal, okay? Super important to have that in mind. So if you want to be like, the next best bench presser in the world, then you've got to have a plan that's supposed to be the next best bench presser in the world. But if you want to be strong and fit and mobile and pain-free, then you've got to have a plan for that too. And it's a concept that I call lifestyle fitness, because I genuinely believe that if you're recreationally lifting weights for a better quality of life, then lifting super heavy weights is pretty irresponsible, because there's you need longevity in your training, and you will ultimately fall off the wagon if you get injured and you won't be able to train, right? So you've got to have a plan to follow. And you need to have a plan that's designed with your goals in mind, with your age, with your injuries, all that good stuff, all right? And that is what I spend my life doing, is creating programs for that. And I've actually got a plan called the Strength Reset, which is a paid program, and it puts everything together. And it's been designed after training 10,000 people, okay? And it only costs the same as a personal training session, all right? So it's 150 New Zealand dollars, about 80 US dollars, all right? But what you got to understand, that plan is designed on the back of multiple people over the course of years. The structure is designed for people over 40 with injuries, using dumbbells, using bands, okay? And it is so important to that. Now, you may not want to use my plan, that's totally fine as well, but you've got to find a plan and a structure that's going to be suited to your goals. And once you've got that, then you need to stick to that plan and be consistent with it, right? Now, the third thing is that you need to try and avoid lifting really heavy weights. to get stronger. And it's counterintuitive, I get it. But we're still talking effort. So you can use light weights at high effort, like I said at the beginning. And if as long as you're using weights to get you there. And when I say light weights, what I mean is light weights that are light enough for you to be challenged at 15 reps. I don't mean the weight has to be light, but what I'm saying is don't go into the gym and try and lift massive heavy weights that cause you to fail at about 3 to 5 reps. You can when you're younger, and you can now if you want to, but generally that comes at a lot of risk. If I had somebody who's say 60 years old comes into my gym, I give her a big heavy weight and say, right, you need to lift that 3 times. And the weight's so heavy that she goes 1, 2, and then she does the third one, and it's like so heavy for her or him who's detrained. It's not going to be helpful. But if I said, you're right, we're going to grab this weight, we're going to do it for 15 times. When she gets to rep 12, 13, 14, 15 will feel hard for her, but she's able to do that weight, or he's able to do that weight. Now that's what I'm thinking of. It's not about lifting super light weights with no effort. It's about lifting light weights that cause you to fail at a higher rep range, because they're generally safer. They're safer to move around the gym. They're safer to handle. You can get in and out of positions much better. There's less stress on the joints, because many people I see have really bad joint pain. And if you do it with lighter weights, you can still do it. Then you think about that, then you think of the effort that I put into it, and your muscles will start to grow. And one thing I want to talk about that as well is that I think we need to manage our expectations. We are not here really to put on tons and slabs of muscle. The fact of the matter is you've been losing about 8 to 10% of your muscle mass over the last 10 years. So what we're trying to achieve here is to rebuild the muscle that we've already lost. Okay, so you will ultimately be a stronger version of yourself. And let's just say we only ever recover 50% of the muscle you've lost. You are still in a much better spot, okay? And then number 4, like I promised, this is the most important thing. Nothing else matters at all. You need to be consistent. If that was going to be the number 1 hack, I'd say to you guys, is be consistent. Train 3 times a week with strength training. Do your cardio 150 minutes a week, all right? This is what matters the most. You can strip away the minutia, light weights, heavy weights, effort, this mode, that mode. But the thing of it is, if you're not consistent with any of those things, none of it really matters, okay? It really doesn't. Consistency is the key. And somebody that used to be very overweight, very unfit, consistency beat everything. I had periods of time when I was injured. I had periods of time when I was busy at work. I had periods of time when my business was, on fire during COVID, right? But I still maintained consistency. And what does consistency look like? Let's just say you are in a really good period of motivation, you're high motivation, you go into the gym 3 times a week or training in your house 3 times a week. Then what happens, something bad happens and you can't get in the gym. Then you do 1 time per week. And you may have a period of weeks where you just train once per week. And as long as you bring the effort, okay, and you still got the structure, you will maintain the gains that you had over that sort of rest period or deload period or busy period. Then you get back into a period again. And as long as you're consistent, you're not going to lose any sort of gains, because the thing of it is very hard to get the results. It's a lot easier to maintain the results, okay? And now somebody that's been training for Ironman for the last 40 odd weeks or so, I have lost a little bit of strength because it's a different focus for me right now, but I'm still pretty strong. I didn't give up weight training forever. So what I was doing before I started training for Ironman, I was training 4 times a week in the gym. I'm now down to 2, but I've been able to maintain a very good quality and good level of strength despite the 12 to 20 hours of cardio I'm doing per week, all right? So you'll have these periods of time. And once my Ironman's finished, maybe I'll have a period where I do less cardio and I get back into weights again, and I'll start to get stronger and maybe be as strong as I was before I started. But you have these things going on, but you got to be consistent with it. Because I know for sure, if I stop resistance training, my body would start to break down with all the cardio that I do. Or if I had a busy period, it just breaks down. And I see it all the time with our members. And quite often we'll have members that'll come to us and they'll start off training for really long. Something will happen and they want to pause their membership or they want to break for 6 months. And as soon as that happens, you know that they're just going to be back to square one. And when they do come back, they've done nothing for 3 to 4 to 6 months, and you're back to square one again because you've lost all that strength, right? So consistency really is the key. So if I was to boil the whole thing down, what matters most when you're over 50 to build strength and muscle, then they are going to be the 4 things that I believe to be key, all right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some value from it. It's a bit of a, not much of a preach today, but it's more of a like, get it in your head, achieve so much just with following the right plan with some consistency. Now, if you do want a check out my strength reset, which is, by the way, is probably a really awesome program for nearly all of you guys, all right? There's a link in the description, even has a money back guarantee. So if you're not happy, I'll give you the money back, totally cool, right? So this is Coach's Corner, and for many of you who've never seen a Coach's Corner video before, and some of the OGs that have been here a long time, we're gonna have a secret keyword. And this means you are my people. You're the ones that are stuck around to the end. You're the ones I like to talk to the most. You're the ones that email me, all right? And the secret keyword today is going to be shocks, okay? My shocks earphones. So I want you to comment shocks in the comment, and I will know that you watched the video to the end. And thank you very much for supporting me and my channel and being around, okay? So comment shocks. If you want to check out the strength reset, get it down below. If you don't want to pay for a plan, there's a free plan you can download, so do that as well. And I'm gonna leave a video in the top corner right here, which I think you may like. So go and check that video out. I'll see you very shortly.